thing. Hello folks, Mark Stinson, JMS Auction Barn. I'm going to do some videos about auctions. Today I'm going to give you a little history about auctions because auctions been around for a long time, and I want to help you to understand that why auctions come about. So the first auction that's ever been recorded dates back to 500 BC in Greece. During the time of Christ, auctions were popular in Rome and Italy, and they were generally used to sell, items in family estates. And auctions in America date back to the 1600s when the Pilgrims arrived, and they used the auctions to sell goods such as, crops, livestock, tools, tobacco, furs, and entire farms. And the reason why the auction came about was because it was the fastest way to turn assets into cash, and that is true today. This is, sure, you can go to a pawn shop or to pawn your items or stuff, but you're only going to take one or two items, and you have to pay an interest and all that to get it back, or you lose it. Well, auctions is usually one day. Everything's sold in one day. If you take 100 items there, you could liquidate them in one day. So that's why it's so ready. That's why people use them so readily, because it was the quickest way to turn things into cash. Auctions will always drive our economy because they always help people create extra funds for the month. It helps businesses liquidate, and then it puts the money into the economy, because people use the money to spend it for groceries or whatever they might need to pay their bills. So I want to tell you, auctioneers are called Colonel. Like I am Colonel Mark Stinson. And the reason why they called auctioneers Colonel is because during the Civil War, people would flee their homes if their home was in the path of the soldiers, and they would flee their homes to get away from the war. And when the soldiers marched along, and they would come up to these homes that people had left, because they would just leave everything, and they would take these items and they would go to the next town and they would auction them off, and use the money that they raised to buy goods, clothing, food, ammunition, things of that nature, so that they could go ahead and march on. And so the person doing the auction was always the colonel. And so that's why in today's times that the auction is referred to as Colonel. Now I want to talk about, there are several different kinds of auctions. There are online auctions. There are auctions that are livestock. There's auto auctions. There are consignment auctions. There are auctions for to liquidate everything in a loved one's home, or there's auctions to liquidate big business. And so today it's even the same thing. The auctions are used for the same thing. And so my wife and I, we want to use our auctions. We're not out to become millionaires or nothing. Our main deal is to help the economy here in our home and here in San Antonio where we live, and we want to help the folks here, and we want to do fundraisers for nonprofits. And so that's one of the kinds of auctions there are. There are even more that I have not even mentioned, because it would take a long time just to mention all the different kinds of auctions there are. But you know, auctions help buyers and sellers in business, nonprofits, and just the regular everyday person who's out looking for a deal. And so I'm going to talk about that in my next video. My next video is going to be how much does it cost. And so you're going to find out that, you know, it's really a good place to go to find deals, and it's not expensive. So thanks for watching, and if you're new to this channel, hit the bell and subscribe, and so that you'll get notified when we do another video. My wife and I, we also do live streams on our YouTube channel, because we want to show people when we have auctions coming up. We get on the YouTube so we can show people, we can talk about it when it is and that, and we can show people the items some of the items that we have that we're going to auction off. So please stay tuned, because I'm going to do a series of videos to kind of help you folks understand about the auction process, how fun it is, and why you might want to attend. Okay, folks, so thank you very much, and I hope you watch, and see you next time. Have a blessed day.